Hey guys, Scott Mears here. New setup. It's a lot brighter. The quality should be a lot better because I just got some softbox lighting, so it should be good. First time, second video, but first time using them, so hopefully everything should go well. So let's crack in to our second video. Again, it's going to be one a week. I would like to do them daily, but I just can't find the time. So I'm definitely going to bring one a week. I plan to post them every Saturday. But it won't go out this Saturday just because a bit of an altercation. I had a lot of work to do, so this will go out on Sunday. But I'm going to aim to probably do it every Saturday, just to make it easier for who watches. So, the one today is going to be to do with university, because students are going back. Like my sister went back to uni today. I'm going to make it to do with university. I'm going to sort of have the student feel to the video, but it's going to be relatable to everyone that's wanting to progress into career after university, which is, I would have thought, everyone. So again, it's going to be more focused on business degrees. It will be adaptable to a lot of other degrees, but I'm going to talk quite heavily about business and marketing, but it'll still be very relatable to you, as I believe anyone can do a placement. So that's what it's going to be about. The video is going to be about talking about why you should be doing a placement at university. So why you should do a placement at university, or why you should do a sandwich year, as they call it, but it's a placement in university. Let's go. Okay, number one, the most obvious one, competition, CV gains. I think it's the most blatantly obvious one. It's so competitive with all the degrees that have been achieved. Actually, I've got this fact I'll tell you. I mean, it was from 2010, but it just gives you an idea. So it was from the Mail Online 2010, and it says the statistics show that overall more than 1/3 of students were awarded a degree. So in 2010, it was 1/3. So 333,333 people. That's a lot of people. So that's who your competition is over 1/3, which is crazy when you think about it. So that's why my number one in this 5 reasons why to do a placement at university is competition. It's so straightforward. It's so by doing a placement, you're going to be so much further ahead, especially in business. And again, since coming from university and actually being involved in business and involved in marketing roles with startups, it's just experience. I'm going to be honest, it really does kill education. It's a completely different ball game, which I'm going to roll into. So, so let me try to stay on track. So competition, doing a year in your industry, you will just look so much more competitive, and then you can go to your first interview when you graduate. With that first, you can go there and say, I've got a year of experience in there. So it just looks so good, and it proves that you can do the role already. It saves them tons of time. Like, it costs businesses a lot to put time and money into you, in training you, putting you on courses and stuff. So if you already have it there, it's just so helpful for them. So you really will. Say there's different piles. You've got the people with 2-1, then you've got people with first, and you've got people with a first and a placement. So you're on this smaller pile, which are going to be looked at first. So it really it's hugely helps for your competition. Okay, let's go on to number 2. This is an interesting one. I think one that a lot of people don't actually realise, but it's so important. So I'm sure you've heard of this saying. Everyone has. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Everyone's heard of that saying, right? So my number 2 tip for why you need to do it, a placement, is that the networks you're going to build. The networking you're going to be open to, and the networks you're going to build. Especially the reason that you're going to be doing a role that you're genuinely interested in. And because you're going to do a role that you're genuinely interested in, you're going to have networks and build good networks around a role that you're interested in. So even if you don't decide to take up that role of that company at the end of when you graduate, you still have all those networks. As long as all went well on the placement, you still have some fantastic networks, some fantastic friends who can seriously help you. And yes, knowing your stuff does help, but it's crazy knowing certain people how much they can change your life. Really does. In business, it's very true. Really, you want to push it. It's a huge thing. I will probably delve into another video about how important networking is. I'll probably do sort of a few reasons on why that's so important. But as starting off, having networks, having a professional network, it's so important. And it's really useful having a LinkedIn account and just connecting with them all, just so then you can follow up with them at a later date. And having their details, always taking their details and having their information, then you can follow up with them. Because having done a lot of networking, I promise you, 90% of people that say they'll follow up, they won't. They really won't. So always get the details of the other person, and even set up a time to follow up with them. Go, oh, is it okay if I just follow up with you this Friday? Or just send an email later that night, whatever it is. Just follow up quite quickly after. So yeah, the networks you're going to build is so powerful. Because like I said, even if you don't take that role, it's gonna support you so much with getting another role, with recommendations, and support with actually your learning, giving you ideas of what you should do for your next steps to progress in your role or whatever you're going to do on your next steps. Okay, so now we're on to number 3. Number 3 is, I think, the most important. Now, you could argue it, but I'm going to say it's been the most life-changing. Let's say that. It's been the most life-changing. And I'll explain this. So I actually spoke, because I was the chair, of a society, the MMU Entrepreneur Society. I had the pleasure of working with a lot of placement students. And to support them, mentor them. And basically, through doing that, I always asked them, what was the biggest things that you gained from doing a placement? Now, the most common answer, which was funny because this is mine as well, most common answer was confidence. So it wasn't, oh, I became more organised, or obviously these were other things. I became more organised, or I became more switched on, I was better at getting up in the morning. Obviously those are things. They said the best thing that I got away from experience wasn't even learning the software tools, it was confidence. Confidence in themselves. Which is a crazy thing to think that that was the most powerful thing you take from a full year, 12 months of working in a specific marketing role or business role. It's crazy how that's the most common thing people really took away from that. And I just think that's so important, because I know my placement, believing in yourself, it's difficult at the start because you're just so overwhelmed with work. Like it's just a completely different ball game going into the workplace. It's university. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't set you up for it at all. It really doesn't. So the confidence side of things, it's so useful, and believing in yourself. When I finally actually believed in myself, I'd probably say it took me about maybe 4 months to really believe in myself, and really start picking up the phone and being confident and go, yeah, no, I deserve to be, I deserve to have this role and speak to people about what I'd speak to them about. So when I really grasped that confidence, honestly, my learning and my achievements skyrocketed. Absolutely skyrocketed. They shot up miles, and it was noticeable. It was noticeable when we had our follow-up chats with my manager. He was like, "You've just changed. I can see that you believe in yourself more. I was putting my name forward for more things, doing more things like public speaking, interaction with customers, going to exhibitions. I was just so much more putting myself out there, and it encourages you to put yourself in situations that you'll be uncomfortable in, And again, I'll do a video on this. When you're feeling uncomfortable, it's the best thing. Do you know why it's the best thing? Because you're learning. It doesn't feel great at the time when you're speaking in front of 20 people, 50 people, 100 people. It feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. It feels, you're just there like, grinding your teeth. But that euphoria feeling after, of just enjoyment and just that sense of achievement of, I've done that. And once you redo that another 10 times, it's just bread and butter. So confidence and it allows you to put yourself in more uncomfortable situations, allow you to learn just 10 times faster. And that is probably one of the greatest takeaways I took away from my placement, and as well as many other students have from speaking to them. So the confidence bill is a huge reason, and seems like to be the most common reason for taking a placement. So number 4, quite an obvious one. Number 4, understanding your future. So number 4, understanding your future. So yeah, it gives you clarity, it gives you vision, it gives you ideas of steps, it gives you an idea of what the role really is. It's just true clarity, and there's nothing better than having clarity. It's very difficult, and 99% of students know this. It's once you graduate, 99% of students have no clue what they're doing. They really don't. They might have taken a really specific course and they just don't. I find that with a lot of business students, again, when I had the conversation, they were just like, I don't know what I want to do. I just don't. So doing a placement gives you such great clarity of a few things. One, of your role. So it gives you great clarity. You might be shocked to find out you don't even like your role. Now, for instance, marketing, you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to do social media, I want to do digital, that's me, it's young, it's millennials. And you might do it and you might just be like, social media is so tedious and so boring. And you might just cross it, but you can cross it off the list. You've learned that you can cross it off the list. There's so much more to marketing. You can sort of integrate with sales, maybe do like the face-to-face stuff. Maybe like doing creative campaigns, maybe you just want to be on the creative side of it, I don't know. But having clarity of the specific role you want, and then having understanding of other roles that it can develop into and around you, is fantastic to have, and very crucial to know when graduating, because it cuts out so much time of just messing about with going to interviews and getting jobs that you just don't like, and being there for 3 months and be like, just isn't me. And you might do that for the next 5 years. So clarity, and then when you have that clarity, it allows you to vision the steps of what you need to do to progress in that role, progress in that industry. So having true clarity of what you want, true clarity of what your future could be and where it can take you, is so crucial to moving forward after you graduate, because you know exactly the steps of who I need to speak to, what other course I might need to do, what other things I need, software I need to learn, and blah blah blah. So having true clarity and understanding of your future is what a placement also does. Now the final one, number 5 is the final. Number 5 is the realization of your role and the workplace. Now I know we just kind of said understanding your future, so I'll rephrase that. The realization of the workplace is number 5. The realization of the workplace. So this is the little argument. I've had a lot of good conversations with people with this, but there's a huge mismatch between university and the workplace. It really, and I'm talking about business degrees. I'm not talking about other degrees right now. I've not been in those other degrees, so I can't comment on that. But in regards to business, I did a business management degree. I did a lot of marketing as well, economics. But in regards to business degrees, business management, marketing, etc., there's just, from the learning you having in the class, in the lecture, to then transitioning that to your workplace, there's just no correlation. I'm just sorry, there's not. Now, people might argue that. I'm not saying university isn't worth it. I loved my time at university. I'm happy I did it. I do not regret a thing. I'm happy what I achieved. I'm happy what I got and what I got out of it. I'm happy about it. But there are times that I do think, if I went away and put that time into a workplace, there's no question that I wouldn't be 10 times further than where I am right now. There's no disputing that, because experience kills education. Again, this is in business. Experience kills education. So I don't want to rant too much, but I just want you to understand. I don't want to scare you if you haven't done a placement yet in a workplace. But it's the great thing about a placement is it allows you to fail, and failure is fine. Failure is the best thing in the world. Failure is your best friend because you're learning, and you're gonna fail at the start. You'll fail lots of times. You'll trip up, but a placement gives you a platform to actually fail, and people are okay with it. When you get into the real world, yes, there's graduate roles, and people are understanding. There'll be mechanisms, people support that. But in a placement, they understand it's your first time, so they're going to be a lot more willing with you. They're going to be a lot more understanding. They're going to be a lot more caring, give you more support structure. So that's, again, it's set up to deal with that failure and those mess ups, because it happened. I messed up. I had a friend that on his placement messed up, and it was the mess up actually involved £10,000. Okay, 10 grand mess up. So that's quite a big mess up. So people mess up. So having a true, going back to what I've said, so I don't babble on, is just having a true realization of the workplace and what your role truly is, and what it's like getting up in the morning early and consistently going to work 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and understanding that, planning, organisation, all the above and beyond. It just gives you a bit of a reality check. It really does. And I don't want to scare you with that, but I think that's one of the most important things. It just gives you a realisation of what the workplace is. And then there's nothing scary when you actually come to it when you graduate, because you've already seen it. So that's my 5. I'll just quickly dart through them again. I'm not going to go into them, but I'll just dart what I said. So number 1 was competition, CV, beefing up your CV, so improving your competitive stance. Number 2 was your network, so building up your networks, your professional networks, to help you further in your field. Number 3, what I believe is the most important, is your building of confidence and your building of skills, but mainly your confidence in yourself and believing in yourself that you truly can do it and you deserve to be there. Number 4, having clarity and understanding of your future role and what your role is and what you need to possess to go through with other steps to progress in that role. And finally, number 5, the realization of a workplace. Actually understanding what a workplace is like. What is work life like? What is the light on the other end of the tunnel? It's as simple as that. So that's my 5 reasons why I would strongly advise all business students, especially marketing, but all business students to do a placement. Again, you can use this for other courses. I can't comment on some of the things I said based on other courses, but I believe with other courses it would also be just as powerful, because at the end of the day, no matter what industry, not what course you're in, experience beats education. It's just true. Experience beats education. I understand with some courses you need education to get into some roles, but with business, experience is the winner. So that was my video, guys. I hope you won. I hope you enjoyed it. So that I did that in one take, surprisingly. My first video is about 20 takes, so I was pretty happy I did that in one take. I hope the quality of the video is better. We've got the big softbox lighting just projecting my face, so everything should be a little better. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. If you've got any questions, please just comment below. You can comment below with any questions. You can tweet me. I'll put my Twitter on the video. It's @ScottMears_. @ScottMears_ is my Twitter handle. I am in the process of making a Facebook. I do have a personal profile, but I'm going to make more of a business profile page. So I'm in the process of doing that. But if you just follow me on Twitter, that'd be great. Connect to me, tweet me, DM me, whatever you want. Throw some questions over. If you're concerned about whether you're still umming and ahhing about placement, just send me a message over. I've done it. I've been through it. I know pretty much every question I've had to deal with placement students answering their questions. So honestly, throw any questions down. Comment below any questions. Comment below if you liked it, didn't like it. Just get chatting down. I'll come down. I'll chat with you. Be fantastic if you can give the video a like as well. That'd be really, or if you don't like it, dislike it, enjoy. As long as there's some engagement, I love it. And also if you could put on that little bell notifications, that'd be great, because then you can know when my videos are coming out. So thank you very much, and also subscribe. I nearly forgot that one. Subscribe. That'd be great. Thank you very much. I hope you got value from that. And again, any questions, any queries, whatever, either comment them, tweet me, whatever it is. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much, and I will see you next Saturday. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.